Assalamualaikum. I'd like to explain you about daily activities we have yesterday or our last meeting. In these daily activities, you meet conversation talking about daily activities, and the first conversation entitled routines. I'll read it for you. What do you usually do on your day off, Chuck? Well, I'll always get up very early around 5 o'clock and I lift weights for an hour. You're kidding. No, and then I usually run for about 2 hours. Wow, you really like to stay in shape. And after that, I come home and eat a big breakfast. How about you? Oh, on my day off, I just watch TV all day. I guess I'm a real couch potato. In this conversation entitled Routines, I'll explain you one by one here. The use of usually. Usually is kind of adverb. It is used to emphasize the verb. Even though we do not use adverb such as usually, often, sometimes, hardly, generally, almost, never, etc. It's okay. But sometimes we need to emphasize our sentence, okay? Our activity or action, such as get up, run, etc. Okay, and talking about day off, it is the activity. Sometimes people who are in a busiest day, absolutely, they have day off, right? Okay, in this case, day off means free time or free time. You get the day off from your work, for instance. Okay, and in this conversation, Chuck always get up very early, even though they are in busy day, for instance, or in working day, and it is his habit getting up very early around 5 o'clock. And the expression of you're kidding in bahasa means bercanda kamu. Nah, something like this. No, and then I usually run for about 2 hours. Yeah, that's what Chuck do in his day off. Okay, and now and the next is about busiest day. In this busiest day, you can tell people about what's your busiest day, what's your favorite day, and so on. For instance, my busiest day is Friday. I have classes until 9 p.m. In this case, not only you stop in 9 p.m. and then you do not tell anything about your activities. No, please you tell much more about your activities. And then the next example, I hate Mondays. I get up at 5 a.m. I catch the train at 6. I start work at 7 and I finish around 6 p.m. Then I take a German class from 7 to 10 p.m. It's a really long day for me. You can express by I hate Mondays, for instance, or sometimes it can be your favorite day, maybe. It's my favorite day. I like Mondays. Yeah, something like that. And please you tell much more about your busiest day with this kind of information to make you easier to tell about your day in your life. What time do you usually get up? You can add the information of your activities by the time you are getting up and what you usually have and what time do you usually go home, what time do you usually go to bed, and so on. And you may explain your activities or um, what kind of activities you usually do in particular day, such as going to the dentist. How often do you go to the dentist? Oh, I go but once a year. Or some, you may explain if you are in the dentist every week, for instance, or going to the gymnasium. And next, yeah, this table is the way of how we organize our day. Okay, sometimes we need to organize it so that we have always a plan every day. And by making a plan every day, you can tell someone if they ask you about your free day or your day off. And next, I'd like to explain you, and yeah, I just explained you a little bit about frequency. Adverb we've just discussed from this conversation is a kind of adverb on frequency. It consists of always, also, probably, generally, almost, also, sometimes, never. Thus are adverb on frequency. For instance, Tom always goes to work by car. We put always before verb. Okay? Subject always is an adverb, and then verb to work by car. And it is the same as the next sentence. We were feeling very tired. We were also hungry. We were also hungry. We put also before adjective of hungry. Your car has probably been stolen. The use of probably is after has here. If you use participle of has plus verb 3. Remember, modal is put before adverb of frequency. And the next is the same as I explained to you. Tom always goes to work by car. Jack hardly ever watches television and rarely reads newspaper, and so on. And we always have to wait a long time for the bus. Always, we always, and then plus have to wait a long time for the bus. And adverbs go after am, is, are, was, were, as to be. We were feeling very tired. We were also hungry. You are never on time, and so on. And sometimes a verb is two or more words. Can remember, doesn't smoke, has been stolen. I can never remember his name. If you meet can or modal like can, must, will, would, may, and if you need to add adverb of frequency, so you put the adverb of frequency after modal. Okay, just remember it. I can explain you in bahasa. Saya juga bisa menyetir. Nah, kalau di bahasa itu kan, kalau di Inggris kan nampaknya seperti saya juga bisa, I also can. Padahal itu salah ya. Nah, can di sini harusnya sebelum also. Gitu. Jadi can di sini adalah modal. Yang betul, I can also drive. Okay. Next. Now, I'd like you to do the exercises in this first part here. You identify which one is wrong and which one is right. Tom goes always to work by car. It is wrong, yeah. And the correct one is Tom always goes. And I clean the house and also cook the dinner. It is right. So please identify whether which one is wrong, whether it is wrong or whether it is right. If it is wrong, please you give the correct sentence. And the second part is you insert usually on this sentence, on these sentences. For example, Anne doesn't smoke, and there is a bracket of usually, and please you insert it into this sentence. Anne doesn't usually smoke. Do the same to other sentences. And next, the third part, you please put the words in the brackets into the sentences in the correct order. Okay, you insert the words in the bracket into the correct order, pada urutan yang betul. Contoh, I can never remember his name. See in the brackets, you have remember, never, and can. And then you arrange it into the correct one. Kalian susun atur di urutan yang betul. Okay. And do the same to these sentences. And next, you have the questions here and the answer, yes, often. And then you make them into sentences such like this example. Paul often play tennis. It depends on the answer. Okay. And next part is it is the same as the previous parts. You insert the brackets into these sentences. Okay. And also the same idea. And now we go to the writing and speaking. Yeah. You are not only writing a day in your life, but also you tell us verbally. You tell it verbally. For example, a day in my life, it is as a title. You may make your own title, like my busiest day, my favorite day. It's up to you. Okay, I read it for you. The title is A Day in My Life. My day usually begins at 6:30. I get up and do some exercise for about 15 minutes. Then I take my shower. After my shower, I get dressed and have breakfast, consisting of toast and coffee. At 7:30, I leave for school. I generally take the bus to school. I catch the bus near my house and then walk from the bus stop to school. It takes about 30 minutes to get from my home to school. My first class is at 8:30. I usually finish school at 3. Sometimes I stay late to have a game of volleyball or to work in the library. I usually reach home at around 4 o'clock. When I get home, I like to watch TV for a while. Then I start my homework. I have dinner at 7 o'clock. After that, I often have more homework to do. Sometimes I watch TV or go out with friends. After dinner, I generally go to bed around 10:30. In a day in your life, the adverb of frequency is used to emphasize what you are doing in your days. Okay? Please put one day as your favorite day or your busiest day or a kind of a day off. It's up to you. Yeah, that's free. After you write it, please you record yourself. You may record by recorder or by video. Okay, then you submit it. I can't wait to listen your day in your life. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.